Welcome to Coins History. In today's video, we're revealing some of the most valuable rare Kennedy half-dollar coins ever made in the United States of America. Some of these coins look completely normal, but their value can reach thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Flushed face, so make sure you watch till the end, because the last coin is the most shocking one. Coin 1. Some coins are spent, some coins are saved, and then, there are coins that were never meant to be touched by ordinary hands, hidden away from circulation, protected from time, and admired only by those who truly understand rarity. There exists a silver masterpiece that represents one of America's greatest journeys ever taken. A coin that doesn't just tell history, it feels like history. This is not a coin people casually talk about. This is the kind of coin whispered about in elite collector circles, the kind that appears in auctions and instantly changes the room. Today's story takes us deep into American heritage, into courage, sacrifice, and ambition, all captured inside a single legendary silver half-dollar. The United States of America's most expensive and iconic commemorative issues ever created. The unforgettable 1938 Oregon Trail Memorial Commemorative Half-Dollar. This coin was born from a purpose far greater than money. It was created to honor the brave pioneers who traveled thousands of miles across dangerous, unknown land, chasing hope, freedom, and a future for their families. Men, women, and children who risked everything on the Oregon Trail, facing hunger, illness, and the unforgiving wilderness. When the U.S. Mint struck this coin, they didn't just engrave silver, they engraved a national memory. On one side, the powerful image of a Native American stands with dignity and strength, reminding us that this land already had a story long before wagons rolled west. The detail is emotional, respectful, and deeply symbolic, something rarely achieved in modern coinage. Turn the coin over, and the covered wagon moves forward, pulled by oxen, cutting through the unknown. That image alone sends chills through collectors. It represents risk, faith, and the unstoppable American spirit. But what truly separates this coin from others is how it was produced. The 1938 Oregon Trail Memorial Half-Dollar was not struck for everyday use. It was carefully made, intentionally limited, and preserved with extreme precision. Coins from this issue were often saved immediately, especially those originating from proof sets, making surviving examples incredibly special. Proof set examples are known for their mirror-like surfaces, razor-sharp details, and unmatched visual appeal. Every line, every symbol, every texture shines with perfection. These coins were struck multiple times under controlled conditions, creating a depth and beauty that regular coins simply cannot match. Collectors don't just see a coin here, they see preservation, they see history untouched by time. They see something that cannot be replaced. As decades passed, many Oregon Trail commemorative coins were lost, damaged, or mishandled. But proof examples from the Denver Mint stand in a league of their own. Their scarcity has grown quietly, year after year, as demand from serious collectors, museums, and high-end investors continues to rise. What makes this coin truly heart-touching is the realization that it survived nearly a century in near-perfect condition. While wars came and went, economies rose and fell, this coin remained protected, waiting for the right moment to be rediscovered. And today, that moment is now. In the world of rare American coins, provenance matters. Condition matters. Original proof status matters. And when all of these align in one coin, value follows naturally. Collectors across the United States actively search for Oregon Trail commemorative half-dollars, but proof examples from the late 1930s are in a category of their own. Auction records show intense bidding wars, with collectors refusing to let go once one appears. This is the kind of coin that doesn't need hype. Its history sells itself, its rarity speaks for itself, and its beauty leaves no argument. Owning a coin like this is not about flipping for quick profit. It is about holding a piece of American identity, something that will only become more desirable as time moves forward and fewer examples remain available. Now imagine this exact coin, originating from a proof set, untouched, brilliant, and preserved. Imagine its surfaces reflecting light the same way they did when they left the mint decades ago. Imagine knowing that only a handful like it still exist. That is why collectors call this coin a sleeping giant. Quiet, rare, powerful. And now, finally, we come to the number that makes hearts race. when a genuine proof example of the 1938 Oregon Trail Memorial Commemorative Half Dollar appears on the market in exceptional condition. Its value has been known to reach between $80,000 and $100,500. Yes, a single half dollar. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most expensive and emotional rare coins, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, subscribe to the channel, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and much love to every true coin lover out there. Coin 2. There are moments in American history that change everything, moments that define identity, freedom, pride, and legacy, and sometimes, those moments are not remembered in books or monuments, sometimes, they are preserved in silver. Today's story is not about an ordinary coin. It is about a coin that carries two dates, one nation, and 2 centuries of pride. A coin that millions recognize, but only a few truly understand. A coin that looks familiar at first glance, yet hides a value that shocks even experienced collectors. This is the United States of America's most expensive rare bicentennial half-dollar coin, dated 1776 to 1976. This coin was created to celebrate 200 years of American independence. 200 years of struggle, growth, sacrifice, and dreams. When the U.S. Mint decided to honor this milestone, they knew it could not be ordinary. It had to be symbolic, emotional, timeless. That is why this half dollar is different from anything else in American coinage. For the first and only time in history, the United States placed a dual date on circulating coinage. Those 2 numbers are not decoration. They represent a bridge between the birth of a nation and its bicentennial celebration. A reminder of where America started, and how far it had come. On the front, the familiar portrait of John F. Kennedy appears, calm, strong, and dignified. A symbol of leadership and hope. But turn the coin over, and the emotion truly begins. Instead of the traditional eagle, the reverse shows Independence Hall, the birthplace of American freedom. The building where the Declaration of Independence was debated, argued, and signed. Every brick in that image carries meaning. Every detail represents courage and belief in a future that did not yet exist. But here is where the story becomes truly powerful. Not all bicentennial half dollars are equal. Most people have only seen worn, common examples that passed through circulation. Coins that lost their shine, their sharpness, and their soul over time. But proof set examples are a completely different world. Proof coins were never meant for pockets, they were never meant for cash registers, they were created for perfection, struck using specially prepared dies, polished blanks, and multiple strikes. Proof bicentennial half dollars display mirror-like fields, frosted details, and razor-sharp design elements. When light hits a genuine proof coin, it doesn't just reflect, it dances. Collectors know instantly when they are looking at something special. A proof set bicentennial half dollar preserves the coin exactly as the mint intended it to be seen. Every line of Independence Hall. Every contour of Kennedy's portrait. Every surface untouched by circulation, and over time, these coins quietly disappeared. Some proof sets were broken apart, some coins were mishandled, some were damaged, cleaned, or lost forever. Only a limited number survived in exceptional condition, still retaining their original proof quality, originality, and visual impact. As years passed, demand grew while supply continued to shrink. Today, serious collectors across the United States actively search for rare bicentennial proof half dollars in top condition. Not because they are trendy, but because they represent something no modern coin can recreate. They represent a once-in-a-lifetime celebration, they represent national pride frozen in silver, they represent a chapter of American history that will never be repeated. What makes this coin even more desirable is its emotional connection. People don't just collect it for profit. They collect it because it reminds them of family, heritage, and the story of America itself. Many remember these coins from childhood, never realizing what a pristine proof example could one day become. In elite auctions, when a high-grade proof bicentennial half dollar appears, competition becomes fierce. Collectors understand that opportunities like this are rare. Once a top example is placed into a private collection, it may not resurface for decades. That scarcity creates pressure, that pressure creates demand, and demand creates value. Holding a coin like this is like holding a piece of national memory. You are not just owning silver. You are owning a moment when America paused to honor its own journey. Now imagine this exact coin, from an original proof set, perfectly preserved, with deep mirrors and untouched surfaces. Imagine knowing that millions were made, yet only a tiny fraction remain in true collectible condition today. That is why this coin has quietly become one of the most talked about modern US rarities among serious collectors. And now, we reach the part that makes collectors lean closer, when a genuine, high-quality proof set Bicentennial Half Dollar from 1776 to 1976 appears in exceptional condition. Its value has been recorded between $35,000 and $55,700. Yes, a coin many once ignored. That if you enjoyed this deep and emotional journey into one of America's most valuable bicentennial coins, please like this video, share it with fellow collectors, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what rare coin you would love to own one day. Thanks for watching, and much love to every true coin collector out there. Coin 3. Not every treasure is ancient, not every fortune comes from the distant past. Sometimes, the most shocking value hides in a coin that feels almost modern. That a coin many people have seen, that a coin some people even ignored, yet a coin that today makes collectors pause, rethink everything, and quietly ask one question: how did we miss this? The year is 1985. America was changing. Technology was advancing. Markets were shifting. And while most people were focused on the future, the United States Mint was creating something special, something never meant for circulation, never meant for everyday spending. That a half dollar struck not for pockets, but for perfection. This is the rare proof set half dollar of 1985, a coin that proves value does not depend on age alone, but on condition, intention, and survival. At first glance, it looks familiar. The iconic portrait of John F. Kennedy appears calm and confident, symbolizing leadership, hope, and a defining era in American history. His image has appeared on the half dollar for decades, yet in proof form, it becomes something entirely different. This is not an ordinary strike, this is not a common finish. Proof coins were made using specially prepared dies, carefully polished planchets, and multiple strikes under controlled pressure. Every detail was designed to be flawless. The background shines like a mirror. The raised elements carry a frosted contrast that gives the coin depth, elegance, and undeniable beauty. Collectors often say that proof coins don't just reflect light, they reflect intention, and the 1985 proof half dollar is a perfect example. These coins were never released into circulation. They were sealed inside official proof sets, meant to be admired, protected, and preserved. Yet time has a way of testing everything. Over the years, many proof sets were opened, coins were handled, surfaces were scratched, original finishes were ruined by cleaning or improper storage. What survived quietly. Only a limited number of 1985 proof half dollars remain today in truly exceptional condition. Coins that still hold their original brilliance. Coins that still look the way they did the moment they left the mint, and that is where rarity is born. In the United States collector market, modern proof coins in top condition have become one of the fastest growing areas of interest. Why? Because collectors now understand something the past ignored: perfection does not last forever. Once a flawless proof coin is damaged, it can never be restored to its original state. That reality has changed everything. The 1985 proof half dollar sits at a unique intersection. It is old enough to be scarce in perfect condition, yet modern enough to be overlooked by millions. That combination creates opportunity, and opportunity creates value. Serious collectors know exactly what to look for. Deep mirrored fields. Sharp cameo contrast. No haze. No hairlines. No signs of mishandling. When all of these elements come together in one coin, demand explodes. At high-end auctions, when an elite example appears, competition becomes intense. Collectors understand that once a top-quality proof half dollar is placed into a private collection, it may disappear for decades. This coin is not about nostalgia alone. It is about survival. It is about precision. It is about rarity created by time, not age. What makes this coin emotionally powerful is the idea that it lived through decades untouched. While economies changed, while trends came and went, this small piece of silver remained frozen in perfection. Many people unknowingly owned proof sets in the past, never realizing what a single preserved coin could one day become. Today, those untouched examples are hunted, certified, and fiercely protected. Collectors across the United States actively search for rare proof half dollars from the 1980s because they know something important: modern rarity is real rarity, and the 1985 proof half dollar has quietly become one of the most talked about sleepers in the market. Now imagine holding one that has never been mishandled. A coin with full proof brilliance. Original surfaces. Strong visual appeal. A coin that still tells its story without a single scratch interrupting it, that is not just a collectible, that is a survivor. And now, we reach the moment that changes perspective completely, when an authentic, high-quality proof set half dollar from 1985 appears on the market in exceptional condition. Its recorded value has reached between $35,000 and $45,700. Yes, from a year many thought was ordinary. If you enjoyed this deep, an emotional look into one of America's most expensive modern proof half dollars, please like this video, share it with fellow collectors, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what modern coin you believe will be tomorrow's hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and much love to every true coin lover out there. Coin 4. History doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes, it arrives quietly, sealed inside a case, untouched, waiting for the right moment to be understood. The year was 1971. America stood at a turning point. Old traditions were ending, new eras were beginning, and even the coins in people's hands were about to change forever. That year marked something most people never noticed at the time: the end of an era in American half dollars and the birth of a coin that would later shock the collector world. This is not a story about a coin people spent, this is a story about a coin people protected. A coin created with precision, intention, and a level of care meant only for those who truly value perfection. This is the rare 1971 proof set half dollar, one of the most expensive and misunderstood modern American coins. At first glance, it looks familiar. The strong, dignified portrait of John F. Kennedy faces forward, representing leadership, loss, and hope. A face recognized across generations. But in proof condition, this portrait becomes something else entirely. The details are sharper, the contrast is deeper, the surfaces shine like glass. Proof coins are not accidents. They are engineered. Each planchet is polished. Each die is specially prepared. Each coin is struck multiple times to bring out details that normal circulation coins never show. And in 1971, the United States Mint produced proof half dollars that were never meant for pockets, registers, or daily use. They were sealed inside official proof sets, preserved as examples of what American coinage was supposed to look like at its absolute best. But time has a way of separating the ordinary from the extraordinary. Over the decades, many proof sets were broken apart. Coins were removed, handled, wiped, or stored improperly. The mirror-like surfaces that once made these coins special were scratched, hazed, or permanently damaged. Only a small number survived untouched, and that survival is everything. Collectors today understand that modern proof coins are not common just because they are newer. In fact, true high-grade proof examples are often rarer than older circulated coins. Once a proof coin loses its original surfaces, it can never be brought back. The 1971 proof half dollar holds a special place in U.S. coin history. It represents the transition period after silver left circulating half dollars. It symbolizes the moment when composition changed, production changed, and collecting quietly became more important than spending. That historical position adds emotional weight. Collectors aren't just buying a coin. They're buying a moment when American money changed forever. What makes this coin especially desirable is its visual impact. When you tilt a genuine proof example under light, the mirrored fields reflect like liquid glass. The frosted details of Kennedy's portrait stand out sharply, creating a dramatic cameo effect that immediately tells experts this coin was never meant to be ordinary. Auction houses know this, professional graders know this, and serious collectors absolutely know this. When a high-end 1971 proof half dollar appears on the market with original surfaces, no hairlines, no cleaning, and strong eye appeal, it doesn't sit quietly. It attracts attention fast. Collectors understand scarcity created by condition is more powerful than scarcity created by age. That realization has changed the market. Many people once ignored proof coins from the early 1970s, assuming they would always be available. Today, those assumptions are gone. Demand has risen sharply as collectors compete for the best surviving examples. This coin is no longer seen as modern. It is seen as historical, and history carries value. imagine holding a $50 that looks almost exactly as it did over 50 years ago. No circulation wear. No damage. No compromise. Just pure intention, frozen in time. That kind of preservation is emotional. It's rare, and it's expensive. Collectors across the United States actively search for proof set $50 from the 1970s because they know opportunities are shrinking. Once a top-quality coin is certified and placed into a private collection, it may not appear again for a very long time. That scarcity creates urgency, urgency creates competition, and competition creates record prices. The 1971 proof $50 has quietly transformed from overlooked to highly desired, earning its place among the most expensive modern $50 ever sold. And now, we arrive at the moment that changes everything, when an authentic, exceptionally preserved proof set $50 from 1971 appears on the market. Its value has reached between $35,000 and $49,700, yes, from a year most people once ignored. If you enjoyed this deep, emotional journey into one of America's most expensive rare $50, please like this video, share it with fellow collectors, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what proof coin you think will be the next big surprise. Thanks for watching. And much love to every true coin collector. Coin 5. Some years pass quietly. No headlines. No celebration. No one paying attention, and then, decades later, those same years return with a shock. 1974 was one of those years. While America moved forward, while people spent money without a second thought, something extraordinary was being created behind closed doors at the United States Mint. Not for circulation. Not for everyday use. But for perfection. A $50 that almost no one noticed at the time. A coin most people would never touch. A coin that would slowly, silently transform into one of the most expensive modern $50 in U.S. history. This is the rare 1974 proof set $50. At first glance, it feels familiar. The unmistakable portrait of John F. Kennedy looks outward with confidence and calm, carrying the weight of American history, leadership, and memory. A design known to millions, but proof changes everything. This coin was not struck like normal money. It was carefully engineered. The blank was polished to a mirror finish. The dies were specially prepared. The coin was struck multiple times under controlled pressure to bring out every detail with precision. The result was perfection, deep mirrored fields, sharp, frosted details. A contrast so clean it almost feels unreal. Proof coins like this were sealed inside official proof sets, protected from circulation, protected from wear, and meant to represent the absolute best of American coinage. Yet protection alone does not guarantee survival. Over time, many proof sets were opened, coins were touched, coins were cleaned, coins were scratched or stored improperly, and once a proof coin is damaged, its magic is gone forever. That is why true surviving examples matter so much. The 1974 proof $50 exists in a strange and powerful space in U.S. coin history. It comes from a period after silver left circulating $50, when many collectors assumed modern coins would never become valuable. That assumption was a mistake, because rarity is not only about how many were made. It is about how many survived perfectly. Collectors today understand something that earlier generations overlooked. Modern proof coins in exceptional condition can be far rarer than older circulated coins. Once pristine surfaces are lost, they cannot be recreated. That reality has transformed the market. When a genuine 1974 proof $50 appears with original surfaces, no haze, no hairlines, and strong cameo contrast, it immediately attracts attention. Graders recognize it. Auction houses highlight it. Collectors compete for it, because opportunities like this do not repeat often. This coin represents a moment when American coinage quietly shifted. A moment when collecting became more important than spending. A moment when perfection mattered more than metal content. That emotional connection is powerful. Holding this coin feels like holding a pause in time. Over 50 years have passed, yet the coin can still look untouched, frozen in the exact moment it left the mint. No fingerprints. No damage. Just intention. Collectors don't chase this coin because it is flashy. They chase it because it survived. Across the United States, demand for high-grade proof $50 from the 1970s has risen sharply. As more collectors enter the market, fewer top-quality examples remain available. Once certified and placed into long-term collections, these coins disappear. that scarcity creates urgency, urgency creates competition, and competition drives value higher and higher. The 1974 proof half dollar has gone from overlooked to respected, and now to highly desired. It is no longer considered modern. It is now considered historic, and that shift changes everything. Imagine holding a half dollar that reflects light like glass, with every detail razor sharp, every surface original, and every edge untouched by time. Imagine knowing that only a small number like it still exist in this condition. That is not just a coin, that is survival, that is rarity, that is value. And now, we reach the moment that truly surprises people, when an authentic, exceptionally preserved proof set half dollar from 1974 appears on the market. Its value has reached between $35,000 and $47,700, yes, from a year most people never questioned that. If you enjoyed this deep, an emotional journey into one of America's most expensive rare half dollars, please like this video, share it with fellow collectors, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments which modern coin you believe will shock the world next. Thanks for watching, and much love to every true coin lover.